Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome back to the channel. My name is Prosec and you are watching FAST-ATHON 2025 here in support of Able Gamers. We're going to get right back in once again with organMike, who this time will be bringing us the Bard's Tale Trilogy. Please tell us more about what you're going to be doing and take it away.
Thank you, Prosec. Yeah, I'm back. So yes, I am organMike. This is more my wheelhouse. Planet Diver is something I've adopted lately as a speedrun, but RPGs are what I generally do. So the Bard's Tale trilogy, or the Bard's Tale, we're going to be playing the first game, Tales of the Unknown. The whole trilogy is something I speedrun. It takes about 4 hours, but we don't have that kind of time this morning. So we're just doing the first game. Oops, let's actually have the game highlighted. So it's a trilogy. There's 3 games in it. These are the 2018 and 2019 remasters, which were released as part of the run-up to the release of Bard's Tale 4, which I have purchased and as of yet have not played. Because it's the way my life goes. Anyway, one thing they did was create the Legacy mode, which, as it says, play the game like it played in the 80s. So this game was released in 1985. I was 3 years old. 40 years ago. So if you are to play this game with the modern rules, you don't have to deal with individual inventory. You have an inventory pool. You don't have to deal with, well, that's really not, the miscellaneous game differences will come up as I talk about them. Full experience requirements is another thing that will affect the run, because the experience requirements are about double what they are in the, or are double in general what they are in the original. I am going to turn off a couple of these things for marathon safety. Save at guild only means that you can literally only save at the Adventurers Guild. So if you reload back to the Adventurers Guild, back to, you know, and the automap disabled is just so, you know, people can see what's going on, right? So the game does not, or the timer does not start when I hit start game. We have to go through some character creation, but we'll give you a little bit of background on the world here. This cutscene did exist in the original, though it didn't look quite so crisp. The song I sing will tell the tale of a dark and wintry day. When evil fled and brave ones bled, the dark one came to stay. Unfortunately, they didn't decide to voice it. Of castle walls and torchlit halls, and a price we had to pay. So I voice it. I could sing, but it, you know, the tune doesn't actually line up with the words. Till those of old for blood and gold had rescued Skara Brae. And then we get a little Volume 1, Tales of the Unknown. The legend of Skara Brae. Long ago in the land of Caith, when magic still prevailed, the evil wizard Mangar the Dark threatened a small but harmonious town called Skara Brae. Overnight, all the town's militiamen disappeared, and Mangar froze the surrounding countryside with a spell of eternal winter, totally isolating it from any possible help. As evil creatures oozed into the sewers to join Mangar's shadow crusade, the future of Skara Brae hung in the balance, and who was left to resist? Only a handful of unproven young warriors, some junior magic users, a couple of bards barely old enough to drink, and a few out-of-work rogues. You, meaning me, are the leader of this ragtag group of freedom fighters. Luckily, you have a bard with you to sing your glories if you survive, for this is the stuff of legends, and thus the story begins. Skara Brae, you've been there. Lovely bit of work, yeah. At the time, since Skara Brae was a ruin, I think, at the time, that had only very recently been uncovered and had captured the attention of people like one of the programmers, Richard Adams, who was also working on the Ultima series, which is why Skara Brae appears there. Anyway, first thing we got to do there is pre-made adventurers. We want to delete them, so they're gone now. We need to create a team. We're going to create a team of 6, so this might take a couple moments. If anyone in chat has suggestions for names, One of the things I do like to do, because in the 1985 original, all the characters were male. You could not get female characters, so I like to make all my characters women to balance it out. So we'll start. We need some rogues. So if anyone in chat has a suggestion for a name, we're going to start with 3 rogues. I want 18 dexterity, and I want more than that for hit points. I said I want more than that for hit points. Nothing else particularly matters, but 18 dexterity and a good number of hit points. We're going to start with FAST-ATHON. Dar Sora from your D&D campaign. That's a lovely name. Hobbit Rogue. The character class only really affects these starting abilities. And the game implies that it's rolling 3 6-sided dice to pick them up. It's not. It's rolling it for each of those numbers. Dar Sora. For each of those values, it's rolling a number between 1 and 8 and adding it to a racial stat base. There was an 18, and I completely missed what the hit points were. There's an 18 and 20 I'll take. And we've got Able Gamers. And now I need 2 spellcasters and a bard. We're going to take a dwarf bard. And here we're looking for Constitution. That's why we take a dwarf. The strength is a nice bonus. We'll just go with one of my standards, Melody. If there are more suggestions, I will take them. We need 2 spellcasters. These are going to be Elf, Conjurer, and Magician. And here the trick is, elves have both reasonably good dexterity and intelligence, and I want 16 in both if I can get them. Intelligence affects the amount of spell points you get at level up. Dexterity affects how your turn order goes in combat. Both of those things are important. So I might be hitting R a few times here. This is why I don't start the timer until we actually go into the game. Come on. Usually doesn't take this long to get a couple of... I mean, theoretically, it's random number between 1 and 8. It should be 1 in every 64 rolls, right? Okay, come on. We haven't even seen a 16. There we go. The game manual actually tells you when you create characters, shoot for 15s and 16s. We'll take that with the high hit points, only 1 point off in intelligence. This is Blaze. I can change these names later, actually, if I want. And we are going 1 game through, so I don't need to worry about carryover. So I'm going to take another Conjurer. Another Conjurer? The Conjurer is... No, Magician. So there's 4 different types. There's 15, 16 right away. 4 different types of spellcaster in the game. Conjurer and Magician are the ones you can start as. You can change classes between them. Every time when you get to level 5, when you acquire your 3rd level spells. It's our last character to roll. Well, again, except a slightly lower intelligence. What's another good speed name? Blaze, Lightning. There we go. Also, I think a character in a different game. Okay, this timer will begin when I do the first thing that actually affects gameplay, which is to clear the party roster. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. We're going to add back our rogues to the party. Enter the city. Put a quick save on. And the first thing we're going to do is come down here. And we're going to talk to this lovely samurai warrior by attacking this statue. We're going to use these are all the options we have in combat. The rogues have the ability to hide in shadows. They can't cast spells, use bard songs, they're not spellcasters or bards, and we don't have any items for them to use. We can attack our own party if we want. Not going to do that. Just going to hide in the shadows. Only one of us made it. So, yeah, it will give you the information that's going on here. Able Gamers attempted to hide. Dar Sora jumps in the shadows. FAST-ATHON attempts to hide. And then a samurai stabs at FAST-ATHON. So when you're hidden in the shadows, you're off the battle line. So you can't be attacked. When you attack from the shadows, you punch a samurai, and critically hits for 1 point of damage. Critically hit in this game is an instant kill. Doesn't matter how many damage was done, and of course right here 1 damage was done. So it doesn't matter what you do, you critically hit, the thing dies. This is one of the changes in the game that was... Oh, we're going to stop by here. This is the Temple of Thieves. Temples are where you can heal your party. No charge to guild members for our services. So rogues get free healing. Okay. So we're going to go break some statues. I call this Project Victoria. So we're going to go smash some statues over here. Hide, hide, hide. Attack, attack, attack. Boom. Done. Those critical hits are very important because these things are monsters that really we should not be able to fight yet. As you can see, it's okay. We have a temple that will heal us for free, including raising the dead. There we are. And this is how we grind our rogues up to a reasonable level. This is an RPG speedrun, which means that there is going to be grinding for experience and money. We're not getting a lot of money out of these fights. Money, experience is based on what you're fighting, obviously, and it's divided equally amongst the party. Amongst the living members of the party. Money is a little different in this game. You don't get money based on what you're fighting, but on how many of it you're fighting. So if you fight one monster, it doesn't matter whether it's the meekest goblin from the town or whether it's the greatest dragon from the final dungeon. If you fight one monster, you get the same amount of money for it. Oh. Sorry, bud. Alas, your party's expired and gone to adventure heaven, which in this case means they send us back to the guild. So we're just going to add melody to it. And we're going to head over here. And right, there's this temple here that will heal our party for free. That was added into the remake, but I'm still going to use it. You will also notice that 2 of our characters have little up arrows beside them. That is because they are ready to level up. And we are going to save Scum here for good hide and shadows skill. Could be as high as 11 and as low as 4, thank you. Anything 2 digits will be very acceptable. If I were going to save Scum this in actual legacy mode, I would have to walk back to the guild every time I took a level. Walk back, save, try again. Or load. Well, loading is instantaneous. My goodness. It's important to have that hide and shadows skill get as high as possible. There we are. No. There we go. FAST-ATHON. Let me get some nice. Yep. Good. All right, and we're going to continue. Oh, we have to restock the statues. So I'm going to go in here, the Temple of the Mad God, and I know what they want to hear. I want to say Tarjan, which is the name of the Mad God, and then I'll just turn around and go back out the stairs. And all the statues are back. All the ones we just broke. So Project Victoria can continue. So the idea here is we're going to get our rogues to the point where hiding in shadows is all but assured. They might wonder why, when the numbers are so low, that I have to worry about doing that. The chance to hide in shadows changes depending on where you are in the city. Or in what dungeon you're in, more accurately. So in the city, if I look at my skill here, so you start with 20. In the city, you add 30 to that to get your chance to hide in shadows in percentage. So Darsora here has a 50% chance to hide in shadows. And it was not Darsora that missed the chance. This time it was. Able Gamers found a broadsword. How lovely. You do find weapons and armor and other various bits of equipment. How able is 5? Okay. So we're going to continue walking through here. We've got to go back towards the Adventurers Guild anyway, so if I get killed, it's not a big deal. It's just a way to speed up the grind. We go from grinding here to grabbing the spellcasters and getting them on board, and then eventually the bard. Ooh, a spider. Whoops, no, don't attack it. Hide. There we go. So we just have to basically get our spellcasters and our rogues online, and then the bard will follow along behind. Dona eis requiem. Stop missing your rolls, please. Alright, we'll go get levels. Save scumming is, in fact, worth the time it takes. Because it will often save me from having to get a level or two. So it speeds up the grind, because I don't have to do it nearly as many times. I'll have to do it for the spellcasters as well. There we are. And we'll have to go back, leave the city for a dungeon, at which point we will have access to all those statues again. So the hide and shadow skill worked differently in the original. They gave us the hide and shadow skill from the third game. Because in the first game, hide and shadows just took the rogue out of the fight for a round. I don't even think it had a chance. It was just, it worked. I'd have to double check that though. Wow. Darsora is the one I want to actually build up a bit, so we're going to go back to the Thieves' Temple. Who's taste? That's not the way, this is the way. Any of these temples, this is the Temple of Great Gods. Over here is the Temple of the Greatest Gods, and down here is the Temple of the Greater Gods. So any of those temples, and among the other temples in the city, can provide healing services. But the Thieves' Temple is the only one that does it for free for rogues. So when it comes to combat, only the first 3 characters in our roster of 6 can engage in melee combat. They're the only ones who can be attacked in melee. They're the only ones who can attack back in melee combat. So when all of my rogues are hidden, no one can be fought in melee combat. I can literally sit here, nothing happens. This one's a bit more dangerous. Yeah, because of that. Dragons breathe fire. The game does advise you not to get too attached to first and second level characters, because they die a lot. We'll recover the statues, and we'll go heal our characters. Accept that. The maximum chance you can have for hide and shadows is actually 95%. So it doesn't matter how good your hide and shadow skill is, it will cap at a 95% chance. How are we doing levels 8, 5, and 3? Okay. I should have saved scummed it, but I didn't. I will live with that decision. There we go. Hide, hide, hide. Do a stab. This is the exciting part of the run where nothing happens. Again, we're here to boost our Sora, so we will return to the Thieves' Temple. And while we're on the way, we'll put the statues back where we found them, so we can break them again. Take that. It does get more interesting in a bit. If there's any incentives or any information about the charity we're supporting, this would be a good time to, as I'm constantly just killing statues, this would be a good time for it.
Absolutely, yes. Allow me to explain to people at home, if, we are still early in the day, so people just joining us, maybe for the first time, might not be familiar with us. We are, of course, FAST-ATHON, a brand new speedrunning event organized by its page, and we are raising money for able gamers. You can find more information about us over on our YouTube channel underneath the stream, at our Discord, I recommend you join it, and over on Blue Sky, where we have all announcements related to this and future events. Of course, you can find the schedule on ingus.io and information on the charity on the Tiltify page, !donate, but I'll tell you a little bit about them right now, because with your help, they are working every day to make sure people with disabilities have the same opportunities and positive experiences through play as anyone else. For their nearly 2 decades as pioneers in inclusive play, thousands of hours working with people with disabilities, leading developers and engineers, they create opportunities for players to find inclusive places to play and connect with family and friends. And it is ever so important. If you're here, you know how much value there is in being able to play games, not only for your personal enjoyment and enrichment of life, but for connecting with communities such as this one.
Absolutely. Let's see. We'll take on these conjurers. Just stab them from the shadows. There's only 3 of them. So that was worth a little more money. We've only been getting, at most, maybe 60 gold each for these fights. Each character receives... Oh, there was 80. That was nice. So money is also distributed across the party. 6 pieces of gold. That's more normal. Oh, I tried to run. If you fail a run check, it does just send you into combat. So there's no harm in trying to run away from fights. You don't lose a round or anything. Also, interestingly, the game knows enough. The game is programmed well enough that you can run away from important fights and it won't flag them as completed. So if I run away from this, attack it, and run away, it actually puts it back. Don't miss your 95s, please. Go. How are we doing? Able Gamers is almost at level. We'll go get our levels. How are we doing for stats? 93, 68, 57. At level 13, the characters sort of shift into a different... Well, I mean, there's no real change, but the game kind of expects you to stop around there, unless you're talking about spellcasters who roll over as they go to different classes. The long and short of it is the amount of time it takes to get to level 13, the amount of experience it takes to get to level 13 is the amount of experience you then need every level after that. So it is... Brain kick into gear, please. What exactly do we need? It's 200,000 for these guys? I'm trying to remember, between this and modern mode, it's different, so... No, I can't remember the exact number. I think it's 200,000 for most fighter types, except the monk. There are different experience. Part of it's there's different experience requirements for each class. But I think it's 200,000 for all the fighter types except the monk. It'd be 230,000 for the monk and for the spellcasters, for the conjurer and magician specifically, because sorcerer and wizard have higher experience requirements. Are we all at 95 yet? Yeah, okay. Time to bring out spellcasters. So the real goal here is to get the spellcasters to level 5, where they will obtain their 3rd level spells. So you get a new level of spells every odd-numbered level until 13, where you get your 7th level spells, and that is the highest level of spells we get. We'll take those. So I really shouldn't be save scumming since this is supposed to be a... So we're just going to take those, and poor Melody will follow along behind, as I said. Now this changes things a bit. Because we have a front line that's just going to disappear into the shadows, the back line can't get hit. Which kind of... I have this lovely image of this army of angry monsters standing in front of my 6 little adventurers, and then the first 3 in the row just vanish into the shadows, and then the monsters just stare down my back row, not attacking them because the front row has left. It doesn't make much logical sense, but it is kind of funny. I also have to watch how much stuff I pick up. There's a limit of 8 items per character. That includes equipment. You can only carry 8 things each. And that is actually a very limiting number. Blaze and Lightning both have their 1st level. That's good. We're going to keep going. If anyone wants a character's name changed, but if anyone wants a character's name changed, make a donation. Make a donation and I will go back to the Adventurers Guild and change a character's name. Simple as that. Now, this being, again, an RPG speedrun, a lot of the actual gameplay of The Bard's Tale is figuring out puzzles, finding information, searching out solutions for things. I, of course, know the game inside and out at this point, so I don't need to go searching for solutions, which makes it a viable speedrun. If I had to go finding names and places to go and things like that and explore entire maps, it wouldn't quite be the same. So what that means, the speedrun is basically you grind until you're powerful enough to go to the next grind, which you grind until you're powerful enough to go to the next grind, which you grind until you're powerful enough to go to the next grind. Hey, doing great. Intelligence. Dexterity. Fantastic. Now you see these little asterisks next to Blaze and Lightning. Lightning is ready to learn level 2 magician spells. Find the review board and bring 1,000 gold. Okay. We don't have 1,000 gold here. It's got 459, but we pool a gold from the party, and it's now, we've got 9,000 gold across the whole party. So we go spell acquiring, lightning, and we get new spells. You haven't seen me use any spells, but we get new ones. Pool the gold over here. What I'm looking for is the 3rd level of spells, because the 3rd level of spells contain area attack spells. And they will let me kill an entire group of monsters at the same time, which is the eventual goal. Or at least hurt an entire group of monsters at the same time. You hope for kill. But for right now, the grind is single targets, because that is the easiest thing to deal with my rogues. I haven't gone back to play the original. I want to at some point. The grind will be completely different because the rogues don't have the same hide and shadow capacity as in this game. So. But it would be much the same. It would be you grind until you're ready to move to the next grind, and then you grind that one until you're ready to move to the grind beyond that. And on the way, you complete some tasks in the game, which we will be doing once we have enough magic, and once we have the spells we need. We're at 7,000, yeah. So this grind will end soon. We'll soon be done this grind. We'll be moving on to the next grind shortly. The next grind goes faster. The grind after that goes faster still. How's our inventory? Okay, yeah. Nothing we find in town. The quality of the items we get will depend on where we are in the world. Nothing we get in town is really going to be all that useful, and it's not really going to compare to what we're going to get later. So item grinding doesn't happen in town. Oh yes, thank you, Darsora. No, I want dexterity. I hate losing that many spell points, but I want my dexterity up. I'll take an intelligence. No, constitution. Constitution, the only effect of constitution is determines how many hit points you get at level. Strength, the only effect is determines how much damage you do in hand-to-hand combat. Luck has a bunch of little effects, but mainly it's how likely you are to affect or be affected by enemy magic. Thank you. There's some dexterity. 2 gnomes. I can take that. And yes, you do get fights in the city streets. The game also has a day-night cycle. There's actually lots of real-time elements in the game. A dagger. Nice. We're going to stop by Garth's here and see if we've got anything worth keeping. No. It would be very surprising if we found something worth keeping. But the only thing I'd be looking for is torches or lamps. We don't really need those. We have spells that give us light. As soon as Blaze and Lightning get their next level, which is very shortly, we will be moving out of the city for a moment. Thank you. There we are. We can finally go on to the next grind, which will be in the catacombs, which is where I keep ducking into to restock the... wrong place. Where I keep ducking into to restock the... I hate giving it that many. We're going to keep that. Nope, we're not. I really need intelligence or dexterity. Thank you. Tough to give up 8 spell points, because that's a big roll. Intelligence, well, you can't get any more. The maximum for any stat in this game is 18. In the second game, it's 20, and in the third game, it's 30. At which point, it's really worthwhile doing this early level save scum if you're going to carry your characters forward. Oh, come on. One more. Just give me a point of dexterity. It's all I want. Quick, 6 spell points and 1 strength. It almost seems like it's stuck there. There it is. 8 and 1 dexterity. Thank you. Okay. And again, if I were doing this in proper legacy mode, I'd be going back to the guild and scumming those. Heal up. We should be... Yeah, it should be good enough. Stop by Garth's again. We're going to get some supplies. You can see it's getting a little darker. There we are. It is now afternoon. We're going to head into here. Light up a torch so you can see what's going on. And you can see under here, we've got light. And over here, without a compass, we can't orient our maps. So our map is just going to face whichever direction we're facing. Right here in front of us is a trap, so we're going to use the trap zap spell and zap the trap right there. I'm going to head over here. Through here. This is the burial preparation chamber. Few but the priests of the mad god have seen this and lived. And since it's the burial preparation chamber, you don't get a lot of living things coming in here in the first place. And here we go, 45 zombies. Importantly, I didn't actually purchase my 3rd level spells. You know, I'm going to blame the fact that it's 5 o'clock in the morning. The day-night cycle does matter. At nighttime, there are worse monsters around in town, and your spellcasters, you might see Blaze, they're regaining spell points. Spellcasters are solar-powered in this game. You stand out in the sun, you recover magic points. But yeah, the Blaze has the Trap Zap spell. There we go, War Strike. The day-night cycle matters because the review board and Garth's equipment shop are closed at night. War Strike and Star Flare, and we'll just chew through zombies. And then we'll kill the last one. There we go. And we're going to use a Trap Zap spell to open the treasure chest. If we don't open the treasure chest, we don't get treasure. That was significantly more experience than we've been getting. And significantly more money, too. 4,000 apiece. 66 skeletons. War Strike, Star Flare. Thank you. Traps out. A mithril shield. There we are. There's some actual equipment. And head over this way, because there's another pack of zombies over here. Now, our odds of finding equipment, our odds of finding stuff after a fight... Oh, a Lax Lyre. A nice, good find. A Lax Lyre is a bard instrument. Bards need instruments if they're going to use their bard songs. And a Lax Lyre allows us to use bard songs without using up spell points, essentially. Gives us free bard songs. 11 whites. Robes. So yes, we are finding better equipment in here. Hide. Cast. Oh, we're out of spell points. Still lets me try to cast War Strike, but it won't actually work. There we are. Unlock. An unidentified gloves. Now, you can find unidentified equipment. You cannot use it until it's identified. And oh, it's now nighttime. It's now dusk. You can see the moon. There it is. Right up there. And if you stand here long enough, it will actually move. Oh, the review board's closed in the evening, yeah. I knew that. I just said that. Shop is closed at night. Fortunately, if we walk into the Adventurers Guild and back out again, it's now morning. Amazing. Unidentified gloves. Garth will identify things. We can buy those from him. Lax Lyre, which we will pass on to Melody. No, I'm not going to take a 4-pointer. 4 is as low as it gets. We get a 3-point bonus for a 1 to 8 for a roll of 1 to 8. There we go. Another level of spells. we go back into the dungeon, but before we do, we're going to go talk to my friend Roscoe over here. Roscoe sells spell points. There we go. 10 gold per spell point. It's a simple math. Simple math. Now, the downside about going back to the Adventurers Guild is it takes out all of our temporary buffs. Things like it will end bard songs. It will take out light. It will take out other enchantments. 45 zombies. Warp Strike and Starflare. Mithril Shield. Some actual equipment. You might notice as I put armor on, armor class goes down. You can see that value there beside the names. Hide. This is a game based on old D&D rules. The old D&D rules have it that lower armor class is better. Your armor class is basically a bonus to your opponent's to hit roll. Mithril Sword is nice. I've got a Lax Lyre, so I don't need a Bard Sword. A Bard Sword does the same thing as a Lax Lyre. It makes the Bard songs... Bards normally have what is essentially one spell point per level to use one song. Now, the Bard songs last a long time, so it's worth using. 11 whites. Yeah, these places where I'm going, well, you can see them being marked on the map, too. I can actually open the map. This is not actually part of the original. So we encountered 11 whites. 66 skeletons, 45 zombies. What I'm looking for here, as I go through this grind, experience, of course, but also equipment. Leather gloves does not actually match what I'm looking for, but okay. Can buy those. There we go. Samurai figurine sells nicely. You can see that spot above Able Gamers, or above number 1, there's an S. That is the special character slot. Any summoned monsters, anything that joins the party, will go into that special character slot. And it is part of what can be hit in hand-to-hand combat. What can engage in melee fighting. There we go. Nope. And a partridge in a pear tree, indeed. Do better. Come on. Come on, review board. No, not worse. Better. Do better. If I get that disarm skill up high enough as well, that will also mean that I can disarm those traps without going through the spell check, which can be nice. It speeds things up a little bit. Ooh, a mercenary. A dead mercenary. And we'll go see Roscoe. Yeah, we're looking to get our conjure up to a spell called Apport Arcane, which is a top-level conjurer spell that, well, trivializes dungeons by letting us move through them freely. It's a teleport spell. I'm going to go down to the bottom floor of this catacombs. There's a trap right in front of me here. There's a very big fight I can take on. We've entered into another area of the game, so our hide and shadows check just got harder. Conveniently enough, so did the equipment we get from monsters. Just got better. 36 ghouls. Hide. War Strike. Dragon Breath. Moidorize him. Oh. So, withering. So if I look at Able Gamers, well, you see Able Gamers' armor class went up. There's 16,000 experience. All of the stats are 1. That's what happens when you get old. All your stats go down. Sure, we'll allow it to join and take the first hit. Sometimes you find wandering monsters. Sometimes they join you. Sometimes they get killed very quickly. This is a dangerous situation. I'm going to try to run away from. It didn't work. Okay. Found a mandolin. We did all that for a single mandolin. Okay, now we got to run out of here. Oh, we have a secondary problem. I don't have a trap zap. Yeah, we're not getting out of here. Okay, we're reloading. That's what we're doing. Attack, attack, attack. Boom, boom. Unidentified weapon. That could be a number of actually very useful things. It could also be a number of actually very useless things. And the number of useless things is actually significantly higher than the number of useful things, but here we are. Partly because we're not using any fighter types, which means so many weapons that are specifically for fighting types just don't have any purpose for us. Pass out things. Might as well equip stuff. From mace, unidentified weapon. Yeah. All is well here. Up, down. Hide, hide, hide. War Strike and Dragon Breath. And a Star Flare to finish things off. Thank you. An Elf Cloak. Also nice. A little bit of extra armor class. How are we here? 100,000. Okay, we're going to do one more. Hide, hide, hide. War Strike, Dragon Breath. And a Star Flare to finish things off. And a Finn's Flute. Another magical bard piece of bard equipment. Finn's Flute gives the bard a 2-point armor class bonus. That's all. It's not particularly special. There is a boss fight on this floor, but you don't actually have to do boss fights if you don't want to, unless they're, required. This one isn't. I don't have enough magic points to take on the big groups right now, so we're just going to make my way home. I am going to make sure not to step on the trap. There we go. And out we go. And all those levels up. Oh, we don't take our level up while a character is withered, while they're old, because the stats are lowered, which means all the bonuses will be lowered. Heal first. No nice requiem. Identify. Who is it that had the unidentified? You. Identify. A shield staff. Nice. That will go also to the front. FAST-ATHON can use that. Yeah. Mithra Sword has a better chance to hit, but we're going to use the shield staff. Okay. We're going to get some levels here. Yeah. We're just going to take what comes now. Even if it's crummy like that. Spell acquiring. And this is an important spell, Phase Door. This incantation will alter the structure of almost any wall directly in front of the party, turning it into air for exactly one move. It allows us to walk through walls. For one turn. Spell acquiring. We get a better attack spell, we get a levitation spell. We are almost where we need to be. We're going to go see Roscoe, trade money for spell points. Able Gamers indeed does not have enough gold. If you're looking for something to do with your gold, you could give it to Able Gamers. So here we're going to speed things up by using phase door to go through the wall there, rather than walking through the first level of the dungeon. Grab sap. Unfortunately, we do have to do all this loop around here. But again, I can go through this wall. And now we're going to go take on one of the bosses. I'm just going to check my map here and make sure I don't walk into a trap. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I'm going to go take on the boss first, and then I'm going to do a run around. So here, when we step through here, we get teleported, which means we lose our access to our map, but if we use the Scry Sight spell, it comes back. We have to reorient where we are. And in fact, if we use the Scry Sight spell right away, we can see the teleporter here and see where it links to. If you move before using the Scry Sight spell, that doesn't happen. It just said, oh, next time when we get teleported, we should check out where we are. It's a big fight down here. 66 zombies. War Strike, Star Flare. Gives me a chance to have a drink. Kill the last zombie. Thank you. An unidentified armor. Could be useful, could be completely useless. We don't know. It's unidentified. We get teleported here. Scry Sight to show us where we are. So we get bounced from here over to here. This little area here you can't get into any other way. And in front of us, this is anti-magic. So you can't actually... an aura of anti-magic. Can't actually cast any spells. You might see Mr. Angry Skull here with red glowing eyes. Red glowing eyes means there's an area curse. This is also only for the update. Up here is darkness, so we're going to lose our light. Also only for the remaster. The particle effects of spells will light up the room. So you can actually use spells to figure out where you are in dark areas. Went through a door. There's another anti-magic square. When we kick down this door in front of us, we'll be met with an ancient burial chamber of King Eldrek, now a creature of darkness. Ah, Waterman, I will drink of your soul, he hisses. The Witch King. Where you see a specter. These will be common enemies later. We're going to hide in shadows, and since the game doesn't actually have any way to deal with hiding in shadows, since it wasn't there, yeah. You can critically hit a boss. Among the items strewn about the burial chamber is a glowing jeweled eye. Lightning's going to take that eye and equip it. And then if I step here and step there, we get teleported to the stairs. I'm going to take the stairs back down. We're going to use some light just so that... yeah, I've only got samurai figurines. I'm going to need to cast a light spell. Just so that I don't accidentally go somewhere I'm not supposed to. And we're going to finish our grind. That eye is an important item that we will need later. Able Gamers found a heart. Harp, mandolin, and flute are all instruments that you can purchase at Garth's. Oops, I'm not defending, I'm killing. Stab, stab, stab. Thank you. A Dayblade, nice. A Dayblade provides light. The only character in the party that can use it, in this party that could use it, is the Bard, though. And the Bard is not currently here. Occasionally when I go to choose a spell, you might see me type in a combination of 4 letters, rather than... I'll just do War Strike and Dragon Breath. Rather than picking it from the list. The list, again, is an addition from the update. Stopping there. Yeah. Trying to... what's phase door cost? 9. Okay. Hide. We'll just go with Shock Sphere then. Save those magic points for getting out. I think we have to stop there. Yeah, he's stopping just short of my level, but okay. I don't want to phase door through there. I'll phase door it on the first floor. Boom. Walk around spiral. So yeah, again, there's 4 different kinds of spellcaster, as I've explained before. Conjurers and magicians are really only different... Well, I mean, they've got different spells, but largely only different by terms of flavor. No, not taking a 5. There we go. Taking 11, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Not a bad set of levels. Time to go finish the grind. So now you see at level 13, we needed 200,000 experience to get to level 13. We need 200,000 more experience to get to level 14. And it will be the same with Blaze and Lightning when they hit 230,000. They'll need 230,000 more. But that's okay, because they're going to change class and start over at level 1. We only need, what? Less than 20,000. Okay, we'll just do it from here. And our ability to disarm traps has gotten high enough that I don't have to worry about using trap spells. Nice. A light wand. Excellent. Hold on to that. Traps can be pretty nasty, but again, they scale with the area you're in. So around here, you're generally only going to deal with things like a timed war strike that does a bit of damage, or a poison gas cloud that can poison the party. They're still pretty dangerous, so trap zapping is a better option than taking them. Where are we here? 10,000 to go, okay? And then this grind will be done. We just have to worry about a low-level bard. FAST-ATHON, found a Mithril Dagger. Mithril Shield. All got Mithril Shields. Dorsora. Mace is better than our mace. Identified armor, Finn's Flute Harp. Okay. The reason I played for dexterity for the spellcasters is exactly that. We missed a hide in shadows and we killed all the enemies before it mattered. I could actually run the spellcasters down here alone, but there's a real chance of them rolling low on... Oh, there's a bard sword. Real chance of them rolling low on their initiative roll, and or not killing everything and then getting torn apart by zombies. And back in. Tarjan. Now the downside of doing the lower level grind, which is the reason I went back up to these, is because you don't get as many chances to get armor or to get equipment because you've got fewer fights, therefore fewer treasure chests. Hide. Destroy. Set spellcasters to kill. There we are. Another bard sword. Finally, it will be time to bring the bard from the Bard's Tale into the game. And we're not going to worry about save scumming anymore. 20,000 to get Apport Arcane. So to show you what that does... It's an adventuring spell. There it is. Apport Arcane. 15 magic points. Allows the party to teleport anywhere within a dungeon except for places protected by teleportation shields. I reached for my drink and nearly picked up my microphone. I'm blaming the fact that it's 5:30 in the morning. Melody! Join up. And now we're going to go through our inventory here while things are technically paused. Only need one Bard Sword, Black's Lyre. Send the eye to the back so we don't accidentally sell it, because you can do that. You can sell quest-important items. In fact, I'll show that it's possible, at least. Unidentified stuff will go to 4, just so I know where it is. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're set up. Back to the city. So yeah, if I go to Melody, I can't actually sell the eye. It's worth 25,000 gold. If I sell it, I have to buy it back. Well, I don't, because this is Legacy. I can go and fight the Spectre again. But if I sell it, I can buy it back. It just costs twice as much as I just sold it for. Pool, identify another Bard Sword and some robes. And I think that's it. Yeah. So yes, we're going to equip that eye because stuff that's equipped is not able to be sold. Okay, now we got a Bard. Oh, we also need to, while we're here, change classes. So we're going to change Blaze into a Magician. And we're going to change Lightning into a Sorcerer. So Sorcerer is a more powerful class. You have to have 3 levels of spells in at least one class in order to go to Sorcerer. Wizard is the top level. You need 3 levels of spells in at least 2 classes. So here we're going to make use of Apport Arcane. It's 8, 11, and -1. And that's the stairs between floor 2 and floor 3. Since we have free Bard songs, we'll play the... where is it? Seeker's Ballad. Gives us light. And yes, we get some music. Defend. Shouldn't defend. I've got Bard songs. I can use them. Another Bard Sword. Nice. Now we got a bunch of levels here. Most importantly, we can use the Apport Arcane spell to get straight out. And I'm not too worried about Melody's stats, so we're just going to hit them. 1 level for the Sorcerer, but 5 levels for the Magician. Class change. Wizard. That's what I was after. So what I'm going for now is we're going to get Melody some points from also Lightning. I want to get Lightning to 5th level Sorcerer spells. Eight, 11, and -1. Take the stairs. Kill some ghouls. Now we have Repel Dead, which just tears through the undead. It only works on undead targets, but it does a number on them. We are looking for 40,000 experience. I think it's 40,000? Let me check my notes. My notes don't actually say. Cool. Repel dead. Mithril chain. That's nice. That can go to Melody. Melody needs some better armor than nothing. Bard songs, like you can hear, are... I mean, for one thing, the only source of actual music in the game. All the sound you hear in games supposedly is diegetic, which means that it's happening actually in the world. So you don't actually get any soundtrack unless you have a bard with you singing. A dork ring! I didn't make the game. There's actually a nice little sound clip there. I don't know if it came across on stream, but it goes, "You dork." Lax Liar. And this, once I get 5th level sorcerer spells. Oh, we've got an old happening. That's fine. Another bard sword. Getting all sorts of bard equipment now that we have our bard in the party. I guess that's good. I mean, it doesn't actually help me at this point. I've got a lax lyre. I've got a bard sword. I don't really need any more bard equipment than that. Though a fire horn would be nice. Yes, there are weapons that can... There are bard equipment that acts as weapons. Oh, we're not gonna... Well, we are gonna fight that, apparently. Okay, Scarlet Monks, Shock Sphere, Scarlet Monks, Dragon Breath, Scarlet Monks, Bard's Song, Wayland's Watch. Okay, we're defended. Can use a Death Strike on the statue. Thank you. Critically hits, killing it. And then we're just going to do the same thing for the monks. Hardly worth it for the amount of resources it took, especially because I can come here and just repel these guys. Mithril Shield. How's our levels here? We'll do one more. Hide. Repel dead. That was a good repel dead, thank you. What am I doing? Get out of here. Apport Arcane. -8, -11. At least I'm at the stairs, so I know where it's going. And I'm on floor 3, so here we go. Go take our levels. Not worry about saves coming at this point. I think I'm a little short. Spell acquiring. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Spell acquiring. Blaze. 3. Level 3 is required for a wizard. We need a wizard who gets level 3. Class change. Blaze. Sorcerer. Lightning. Do I switch to Conjurer now? Switch to Wizard now. There we go. Let's go and heal our old rogue. And then we will move on to the next dungeon. Baron Harkon's Domain. Donais Requiem. And change our bard song to what's called the Luclaren. The Luclaren increases our chance of avoiding magic attacks. Which is good, because we have to come up over here. So there's this statue outside. A statue of a dragon, right? And it breathes fire at you. So we're going to do something about that. Mind Jab and Death Strike. And hope we don't get killed. There's a Death Strike. Done. We're going to simply cast a Restoration, which will heal the party. There we go. I don't need to go to temples to heal hit point damage anymore. But we do need to go talk to Roscoe, because I want my spell points back. We're going to head in here. This is Baron Harkon's domain. It's not guarded, but it signs threaten trespassers with death. We're going to switch back to the Seeker's Ballad, so we have music. This is a wall. It's not a wall. I'm going to get a crystal sword. Oh. Melody can't carry it at the... wrong button. Able gamers will take it for now. Trade that bard sword up to lightning. Lightning is gathering stuff that needs to be sold. And yes, we can sell the crystal sword. We're not going to right now, but we will. We're going to use the crystal sword. All right. And from here, we're going to apport arcane -3, +3 for the stairs going up. Now this is a floor that we cannot apport arcane here. So I couldn't just teleport right there. I had to teleport to the stairs. The area nearby has foul reek to it. There's a trap right in front of me, so we're just going to trap zap it. There we go. We get smoke in our eyes here. And, how are you at riddles? Once man alive, now living death that drinketh blood and stealeth breath. Prosec, any guesses?
Vampire?
Got it in one.
Nice.
You can also attack him and kill him. We get a silver square here. We're going to equip that. Gives us a point of armor class. We're actually standing directly over the... that's not the character with Apport Arcane. Over the stairs. So if I just Apport Arcane 1 down, we would get back to where we started. But that's not what I'm here for. Well, I mean, I'm here. The barracks. Official robes required. This is what I'm here for. We're going to switch our song up for the Traveler... no, don't need Traveler's Tune here. We got 6 songs, by the way, to choose from. I mean, we can keep it with the Seeker's Ballad. So, official robes are required. Oh, sure, you can join up. You're going to die real quick. The legions of Baron Harkon stand before you, recognizing you as intruders. Death to them, they scream. The room is filled with 99 berserkers, 99 berserkers, 99 berserkers, and also 99 berserkers. Hide in the shadows, please. This is why we save scummed it. We're going to use a shock sphere at the first group, and we're going to cast Mangar's Mindblade. This affects every opponent, as opposed to just some. So, yeah, here we go. Warning for headphone users, this can sound a bit like a machine gun going off in your head. So, here we go. The only break I get in the game. There we go. Some berserkers advance. That's okay. We're just going to leave those guys in the shadows, and we're going to cast another Mind Blade. I see no reason to put my characters' lives at risk when I can just finish the job with ease. There we go. And of course, we get a lot of experience for that. Adamant Dagger, Mithril Helm. The room is filled with the bodies of dead berserkers. Better chance to hit. Yeah, there's no more space. Mithril Helm can go... Does Melly have one? No. Also, if I change equipment, it changes the sound font, which is fun. We're not using the Bard Swords, so we'll pass that forward. Mithril Helm. Yes, the inventory boss is not just a modern invention. Now, what we can do from here is Apport Arcane. 3, 6... let me save and make sure I've got it right. I think it's 3, 6, minus 2. Nope. Other way around. 6, 3, minus 2. 6, 3, minus 2? Yeah. 6, 3, minus 2. The chamber is filled with magical energy. No, my spell points are coming back. And because this is on Legacy mode, when I leave the floor, all those berserkers have returned. So, yeah, this is the one of the better grinds in the game. We're only going to do it once more. 6, 3, and plus 2. But for whatever reason, there's no protection on the top floor from teleporting to it. Here we go. Finish caffeinating. The Bodder Kilnfest is a healing song. And here's one of the other fun little things you can do with Legacy mode that you can't do in the Modern mode. So the Modern mode does not let you start inter-party combat without a good reason. But I can go into party combat just by pressing P and use the Bodder Kilnfest. There's no more hostiles. Do you want to actually continue the battle? Yes, I do, because I can just defend and heal my injured party members. There we are. Hey, moving right along. It's a big room. We need to cast a phase door. A golden statue of a 15-foot-tall warrior stands before you. Will you approach it? Yes. An eye levitates from the party and goes into the statue's empty eye socket. There, right? The statue comes to life, and the caption changes to, "I hunger." The walls shake as the statue stands suddenly, flinging marble everywhere. Gaze at the awesomeness of one mad god. I love that. Just going to cast a death strike on it, on the mad god. And, yeah, there it goes. We get teleported. So in this corner here, there's these iron gates which are locked. There's one there, there's one here. We can't actually get into here without going through the Mad God. This is Kiliaran's Amber Tower. So first thing we do is turn to the west, go over here, get teleported. We hit darkness. Anti-magic, get teleported again. We're standing on a spinner, so really there's no way to know which way I'm facing, except that I happen to know that if I step off it, I know I'm facing the right way. Or I know which way I'm facing. You get lots of hints for this puzzle as we go, so I know my way through it. And then this is a big room of darkness. And again, you have to solve that puzzle. Walk over to here. Step out. turn off the map. Because I don't need that flashing question mark at my face all the time. Through this door are 6 green dragons. I can run away from them, though. Or not! Or not. This is going to kill me. This is not going to go well at all. Dragon Breath. McLaren, please. Ha! I'll take it. We do not argue. Okay, go to my map here. So this is a little maze in darkness. Go north here, and we get a silver triangle to go along with the silver square. Oh, wait, the elk cloak is better, so... I just want to make sure they don't get dropped or sold. 1 and 1. South. East. South 2, 3. West, north. West, north. 2 to the west, and south to the door. There we go. Run away. Through here is a crystal statue. We're not going to fight it right now. First thing we're going to do is change our order to put Melody in her spot there. All right. We step through here. We start the item grind. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but for whatever reason, the crystal golem is coded that every time we kill him, we find an item. He comes back to life immediately. Oh, cool. We're just going to reload. That is what eventually has to happen, but we're not ready for that yet. Melody should be equipped with the crystal sword, yeah. Okay. We're going to change my song to Wayland's Watch, by the way. There we go. The Wayland's Watch reduces damage that we take in combat. Adamant Chain, thank you. Diamond Sword. Hide, not defend, thank you. Magic Mouth. Magic Mouth isn't actually a very useful thing, but it's there. A Frosthorn, that is very useful. I'm not going to fight anymore. Pass that over to Melody. Oh, no inventory space available. Frosthorn. And if I switch to it... Anyway. Okay, now we are going to kill the thing. How do we do this in... Here we're going to go in... We're going to, first of all, cast a Ibarra's Mystic Shield. There we go. Hide, defend. Darsura is going to get whacked. We're going to use some... We're going to buff the Bard. Because the deal is... The only way to kill this this golem is by dealing the final blow with the crystal sword. So we're going to... Whoops, wrong one. I want Seeker's Ballad, thank you. We're going to buff as much as we can. And then turn the Bard loose. Gauntlets. Okay, here we go. Attack. Battle skill. Oops. Party numbers are changed. Restoration, keep healthy. Thank you. There it is. One shot. 62 points damage. It also rolled very low for hit points, apparently. But now... we're down a party member. It's okay, we can heal him. Aye. I have to follow this very snaky path. If you wander around in that dark section we were in earlier, you get this message. Beware the sting at the end, at the south end, or at the south end of the snake's tail. I can't remember exactly how it's phrased, but beware the sting at the south end of the snake's tail, or something along those lines. So here's the snake. This way is south. If I step in here, there's no way out. It's a trap. If you spend enough time healing yourself, the door will eventually reappear. I have to do some very specific movement in these rooms so I don't get hit by teleporters or rotators. Because I want to get hit by this teleporter specifically. And this is the final movement through Kiliaran's tower. To meet Kiliaran himself. He says he's a good guy. He gives us the Onyx key. Oops, I keep doing that. There we go. And there are stairs here. We can take him down. No, I'm good, thanks. And we head back out here. First thing we do, we'll go resurrect our dead Darsora. Donais Requiem. Next thing we do, we're going to go take all our levels. Make a couple changes in the party. Wow, terrible. And you'll notice Lightning is no longer gaining any skill point or any stat points. It's because Lightning is at 18 in all stats. Class change. Lightning. Conjurer. There, now we've got someone else who can cast traps at. Over to Garth's. If there is anything left to let people know about, now is a good time.
Absolutely, I can do so. Although first, I do want to interject. Dang it, I named the one character that has to be... Poor Darsora. Yes, I would like to tell people that this run is brought to you not only by gamers up way past their bedtime, but also through the very useful efforts of Nick RP Green and Speedrun Tools UK. It is a package that they have been developing to assist with speedrun marathons and collaborative events. Still in development, but it currently includes a full Node CG package, including layouts, a set of dummy Twitch streams, schedule, workbook, and participation forms, submission voting forms, and event guides, and so much more. It really is a fantastic tool that will help even your event get off the ground without so much effort you could even believe it. It is very much useful, and without it, we wouldn't be here today because we are still a young event, and every little helps in these early days. So yeah, absolutely do go and support them with creation of those tools. But with that, I leave it to Mike to take us home.
Ooh, a fantastic, fantastic thing to let us know about. Yeah, and yeah, we're coming into the end here. I mean, it's not going to be fast. We're coming into where we have to go through. The tower. Mangar's tower's in the bottom corner. We can't get in there without the Onyx key that Kiliaran gave us. But first, we have to go down here. We have to beat up this samurai statue we've beaten up so many times. There it goes. We have to go into this tavern. Taverns, we haven't had to go in them because normally what you do with the tavern is when a bard runs out of voice, when they run out of song, you come and buy them a drink. This is the only tavern that sells wine, and when you buy wine, they say go down to the cellar and pick out a bottle. This is technically the first dungeon in the game. We don't need to go in here before now, in this run. I come in here in the modern run to do some grinding, but I don't have to do it in the legacy run. But we can also trivialize this dungeon by just teleporting to the end. There's a big long staircase up, and this puts us in this corner where, again, these iron gates are locked and we can't get past them. And if we didn't have the Onyx key, we wouldn't see this stairwell. And then, of course, we can apport Arcane -7. Let me save, make sure I'm getting the right spot. Apport Arcane -7 +4, +4, +4, and +1. So 2 shapes yours, 1's around, speak the shape and final found. We've got a square, we've got a triangle, we need a circle. And for any who remember the 80s, do remember that you probably have an appointment with your doctor. But also, those of us from the 80s might remember the logo for EA, Electronic Arts Gaming, which at the time was actually a very well-respected publisher and sought out small companies to publish and promote their games. Traps out. Boom. There we go. One. Do I go this way? No, I go the other way. We get darkness, darkness, which tells me that we have been teleported. Trap zap that way, trap zap this way. EA's logo at the time was a silver circle, a silver triangle, and a silver square, in some particular order. You'll notice the compass I've got here, pointing north. It flips, like I'm hitting turn around, and then it moves. I'm standing on a rotator. Every time I turn, it will push me in a random direction. So I want to come down here. Speak the seven of the one god. You'll find them around here. They are lie with passion and be forever damned. The stairs have materialized. 1, 2, 3. We get spun again. 4, 5. The compass will disappear when I step here. Turn to the left. Turn to the right. Go through the door. Run away from the vampires. Run away from these guys. This set of stairs would not be here if I had not spoken the 7. Trap zap. This is also where I'll do an item grind if I'm going on to the next game, because there's these 50 ghouls right here. Hide. And cast a Repel Dead. A Flamehorn, nice. And a Conjure Staff. Conjure Staff would be something I would absolutely be looking for if I were carrying on to the other games. A Conjure Staff halves the cost of all spells. It is incredibly useful. Flamehorn can go to Melody. Melody has no space. Use the Dayblade. And we'll switch to Travel. Pass the Silver Circle forward. There we go. So items in this game don't actually have a... I'm going to cast a Locate Traps because I can't remember where we're going here. Oh, yeah, there's the spinner. Items don't have charges. Instead, every time you use an item, there's a chance of it breaking. We get teleported here. Scry sight to see where we're at. There's a trap there. Trap's out. Thank you, Spinner, for pointing me in the right direction. There's a pair of sleeping dragons here. You have to fight them if you're not using your music. Scry sight again. And we're going to find the weirdest stair in all of RPG gaming, or the weirdest step in all of RPG gaming. When I step on this spot right here in front of me, it will turn all the walls and the floor to doors, and all the doors to walls. Boom. Get teleported back to where I was. So this is where I fought the ghouls, for example. That's the door I came through. It's no longer a door. Come here. The tracks lead south down this corridor. The only way to get into this area is through that door right there. We need to cast a levitation spell to go up through this. Get teleported. Get hit for some reason. Smoke in our eyes. Anti-magic. And we're going to get attacked by 5 storm giants. We're going to run away. We're going to get a random fight here. We're going to get destroyed because Mongo's there. I tried to run away. Didn't work. Cool. I'm going to take it. Done. A Dagstone and a Master Wizard figurine. We're in the dark. Step up here. Step over here. Through this is the possession trap. Able Gamers has become possessed. Possessed means that they're fighting against us. The only way to fix that is with a dispossess spell, which is why we need 3rd level wizard. No, we have no need to continue, although I could heal up. I'm gonna get a fight over here, run away, get teleported, use our Dayblade, use our Scry Sight, come this way. We are closing in on the final fight. Traps out in front of me. You'll see the flame there is blue. There's a trap there. It's not what I was going to say, but you'll see when I use the Dayblade, the flame is blue. What that tells me is that it's a is that I can see secret doors. So there's a secret door there. You can tell by the different look on the map. That's a regular door. That's a secret door. Now let's do this properly and remember to trap zap. There. Because there's a fight here that I don't want to take. So I'll just walk around it. I want to take as few fights as possible up here because I am under level. When you find a pool of boiling liquid, what do you do but dive in? Naturally. I know how that lands you here. There's a bunch of specters here. We're just going to run away from them. This corridor will hurt us. Now, again, there's three shapes, square, a circle, and a triangle. That's EA's logo from the 1980s. And their motto was, "We see further." So, you see further. Passage has been granted. Restoration, heal up. I'm going to go through here, run away. I'm going to turn, go 1, 2, 3, 4, turn north. 2, turn east. Oh, I misstepped. Yeah, it's 3 now. Yeah, run away. Run away. Turn east. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn north. 1, 2, 3. East, north, north, west. Cast the trap zap. 1. There's a fight here. And then you get hints as to this, too. It's the Spectre Snare. Melody's going to take that. She's going to lose the Dayblade for it. So we have no need to carry that Dayblade on. The Spectre Snare is the best weapon I can give her. Turn this way. We're going to cast some... Or we're going to change our song to the Laclaren. Some protection against magic. We're going to cast... I'm sure the only reason they phrase is Ibarra's mystical coat of armor was so they could use the code YMCA for it. So there's some protection going. And, yeah. Here we go to the final fight. You stand in the antechamber of Mangar the Dark, evil archmage of Skarabrae. Mangar glares at you with deep hatred. Die, mortals, he screams. With the wave of his hand, a few of his close friends drop by. They don't look like a fun group. 2 demon lords, 3 vampire lords, and Mangar. We are desperately underleveled for this, so we're going to hide in the shadows. We're going to use the Spectre Snare to spellbind a demon lord. We're going to use... Oh, you don't have that. You're going to use Mangar's Mindblade. You're going to use Spellbind to grab the other demon lord. Boom. We have captured both demon lords. Mangar summoned another one. The game is not equipped to deal with hiding in shadows, so we're just going to kill things. Use the Spectre Snare on a Vampire Lord. Cast. Oops. Use the Spectre Snare on a Vampire Lord. Cast Repel Dead on the Vampire Lords. Cast Spellbind on a Vampire Lord. There we go. Mangar has been critically hit. Hide in shadows. Use the Spectre Snare on the Vampire Lord. Since there's only one spot, if you summon or... if you summon a new target... you wind up replacing what was ever in that spot. There we go. And Kiliarin shows up, and we are almost at time here. Time is now. There we go. That is the Bard's Tale. Legacy mode. And, yeah. It's fun. The whole game is fun. It's well worth a look if you have any interest in retro RPGs, or even if you don't. It might spark something.
Congratulations once again. That's
Thank you.
A fun run, honestly. I'm kind of interested by these games.
Yeah.
I have to check them out.
I know I'm pretty sure they're on Steam. I definitely I got them from GOG because I don't do Steam, but I think they're on Steam as well. They're interestingly, Brian Fargo, the original creator, got his rights back from EA to publish the Bard's Tale 4. And in fact, here's the credits: In Exile Entertainment. So if you're doing a credits run, all you have to do is start the game and walk across the street. Original 2016 remaster work by Old School. Old School was the project, the company that was run by Rebecca Heinemann, who is one of the original programmers on the game. And Rebecca sadly passed away, I believe, just last week from lung cancer. So for Burger Becky.
Absolutely. Shout out to a legend.
Definitely.
Well, speaking of shout outs, if you have any furthers, this would be a fantastic time to do so. And the previous run.
Yeah, no, I think what you're doing is great. I think you guys deserve all the shout-outs, but I will take the moment to plug myself. This is the sort of thing I usually do on stream, which is play these old games, mostly the Ultima series, but also Bard's Tale. I just got through a playthrough of a Ultima 4 mod called Thread of the Trinity, which was a lot of fun. But mostly I do speedrunning of old games, and if that's something that interests you, come join me. I have a lot of fun. Paige in the chat saying, if you're correct, Brian Fargo also worked on Fallout 1. Yes, that also came from Interplay Games. Fallout 1 and 2, Wasteland. Yeah. So, yeah. There's lots of... this game has a long pedigree.
Fantastic stuff. All right, well, do be sure to go and join them over on their streams. Meanwhile, on ours, unfortunately, this is the end of my final hosting shift. It has been an absolute delight to be taking you through various runs over this weekend. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day because we've still got things to go. As a reminder, if we can push up to $200 raised, then we will be getting the Mirror Mode incentive for Mario Kart Double Dash. And as you know, everything is slightly more difficult. Like, technically, it's technically the same difficulty, but no one is used to playing Mirror Mode. So maybe if you want to see the runner for that, who will of course be Azokarite. I'm still bad with names. I remain bad with names. Yes, if you want to see them struggle a little bit, then do be sure to try and get your donations in. In the meantime, though, our next run will be by Auclair Delalin, who will be bringing us... Ooh, this is a scorcher of a game. Hyperbolica.
Ooh.
Look forward to that, and don't go anywhere.